I think there's a misconception that we are largely offline. We have a very huge, of course, offline presence, and we have been doing D2C on the offline side for a while now. Since we had our owned and operated retail store. So that is, I think, a misconception. But overall, I think D2C and particularly D2C e-commerce has been doing reasonably well for us. I think and Puma, with the stage at which Puma is, with the kind of fan following we have, it was kind of the right decision for us to get into a D2C or owned and operated e-commerce business as such, right? That has given us the opportunity to directly be with our customer, to understand what they need, how they need, in what form they need, at what prices they need, what products work for them, what don't work for them, etc. Right? So I think that has worked really well for us. It's been one of our growth channels and will continue to be so for the near future as well. That's the right thing, right? Like, you have to give one experience to the consumer, right? You have to think of the consumer as one entity and the brand also as one entity. So a consumer walking into a retail store, might end up buying something online, or a consumer starting their journey online might end up buying in the retail store, right? And what brands have to do, and what Puma is also doing, is like integrating that customer data to build one view of the customer, so that we can serve the customer in the best possible manner, right? Of course, there is only limited data that you can capture in a store, in a physical store, because you may not always be recording what is going on in the store, but the other way around is definitely possible, right? Like, if you can capture the data on what the customer has really searched for, or what the customer has really liked, and then the customer walks into the store, and then there is some way for us to identify who that customer is. Maybe it's through a QR code in the app or something like that, and then determine what to actually show the customer in the store, and make her experience or his experience really personalized within the store as well. So there is a lot of opportunity. We are working on making sure that we get that one view of the customer in place, and therefore serve them better, or in a more personalized manner, both in the stores and in on our website. I think what has happened is that COVID definitely catapulted the growth in athleisure, or call it the casual sportswear industry in general, right? But now what it has done is it has put us at a very high base, and the growth is not going to stop, right? I mean, we have been seeing that, I would say, touchwood, COVID has been non-existent, for the last, say, about 10 months or so. And our growth in that, in the industry, on the sportswear or athleisure, side has not slowed down at all. So it's a fundamental switch that has happened now, and I think the brands that are able to kind of now ride on this wave will definitely be successful, and I strongly feel that Puma will be, one of them. To your question on different categories, I think we are seeing very good, like men athleisure or men's sportswear had always been a strong point for us, and I would say majority of the large players in the market. But I think the renewed focus, or the additional focus that we now have on the women's side, is what is going to be the next kind of growth driver, right? Both women and kids as well. Right, I think so. COVID has kind of taught us to take good care of our bodies, and that is something which has made a fundamental switch, as I said, and that it will be there in the next few years to come.